Welcome back to the channel. I'm ECP40. Today we are starting a brand new series regarding the weapons of Call of Duty Zombies. This is going to be the deep dive series. This is going to be kind of a retrospective of some of the weapons in Call of Duty Zombies. Today, in the first episode, we are going to go over the PPSh-41 from Call of Duty World at War Zombies. The PPSh-41 is a submachine gun that holds a lot of ammo and shoots an extremely high rate of fire. The PPSh, as an unpacked punch weapon, is going to hold about 426 rounds, I do believe. But most of this series, I will say, it is more about the pack-a-punched version because most of the weapons I like to compare on the same tier, and because of that, I think it's fair to compare them all on the upgraded scale rather than the unupgraded scale. So really we'll be diving more into the Reaper rather than the actual just PPSh on its own. The Reaper has 150 body damage, 600 headshot damage because it has a ×4 multiplier. It holds 815 rounds and has one of the fastest RPMs in Call of Duty Zombies history. The PPSh's RPM is 1,578 rounds per minute. That is extremely high considering the average is about 800 or 900 for a submachine gun. Just so you know, I will be comparing these guns on the same level as each other. There will be no advantages from any of the Call of Duty games. And just so you are aware, I am only talking about World at War, Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2, Black Ops 3, and Black Ops 4 Zombies. I will not be going over any of the non-Treyarch zombies, and I will not be going over Cold War zombies because all of those are too far apart from each other. Non-Treyarch zombies, I just don't really care to cover at all. No one really considers that to be in the same conversation as Treyarch zombies. Also, Cold War zombies is just way too different from the normal classic zombies. It's kind of hard to compare Cold War to the classic zombies. The PPSh's RPM is the highest of any submachine gun, I believe, in any of these Call of Duty Zombies games, which is extremely good. Also, the ammo, I believe, not considering attachments, is the highest of any ammo of any submachine gun in these Call of Duty Zombies games as well. So having the highest ammo and having the highest rate of fire is an extremely great advantage to have when it comes to comparing these weapons. The only issue is the damage. The damage is extremely low. For an SMG, it does 600 damage to the head, which is the second lowest damage to the head of any submachine gun from World at War to Black Ops 4, the lowest being the M1927 for Black Ops 2. Having 600 headshot damage means that you're only going to be able to one-shot up until round 6. Something that you should also know about World at War Zombies, and a lot of you do not know this, is that the health system in World at War Zombies is slightly different from that of Black Ops 1, 2, 3, or 4. I went over this in my own video a few weeks ago. It goes over the health system from Black Ops 1, 2, and 3, as well as World at War. The health system in World at War is essentially the same as Black Ops 1 and 2, but the thing is that with World at War, each dog round, the health is held back. So if you're playing a game of World at War Zombies, and you're on round 6, and you have your normal rounds 1 through 6. Then on round 7, you get a dog round. Rather than round 8 having round 8 zombie health, round 8 will have round 7 zombie health, depending on how many dog rounds you have. So for example, if you are on round 15, and you've had 3 dog rounds, on round 15, you're going to have round 12 health. In my personal opinion, from the research that I've done, I believe this is a glitch, because if this wasn't a glitch, it would have been kept in for all of the other zombie games. However, World at War had a ton of glitches, and I think everybody knows that. This was fixed after World at War into Black Ops 1. It did not carry over into Black Ops 1. It didn't do this in Kino. It didn't do this in the Der Riese remake. It's all fixed in that game. So in my personal opinion, I do believe it is a glitch. So what we are going to do is we are going to hop on some Der Riese on World at War. We're going to start here on round 17 with the upgraded PPSh. Just so you are aware, I've had 3 dog rounds up until this point. I started on round 6 with a dog round, then had a dog round on round 10, and then had one on round 14. So I can either have one on round 18 or have one on round 19. But round 17 having 3 dog rounds means I have round 14 zombie health right now. So obviously, as you can see, the PPSh is absolutely slapping the zombies right now. It has not struggled one bit. I have plenty of ammo. The damage is doing just fine. Everything is doing just fine with the PPSh. You're not going to struggle in these teen rounds with the PPSh whatsoever, especially if you have it pack-a-punched. Quickly moving on to round 18. This was not the dog round. Round 19 will be the dog round. But on round 18, as you can see, I still have plenty of ammo. I am trying to burst fire the PPSh a little bit. That way I can just kind of conserve ammo. It's what I usually do. I practice that quite a bit. That way I can conserve ammo on my weapons. I also aim for the head at all times, so that way I can do the maximum amount of damage possible. But as you can see, the PPSh is still doing just fine. We will slowly go up the rounds, and you will see the PPSh sort of fall off the more and more rounds that we play, obviously, and you will see kind of what it does as we get into the 20s and maybe even upwards into the 30s. With round 19 being a dog round, we are going to slightly fast forward to round 22. And on round 22, as you can see, this is kind of where I start to lose some of that ammo for the PPSh. This is where I start burning through a good bit of that ammo. And even though it is still killing at a decent rate, having that ammo supply being really, really high doesn't mean a ton whenever you're running out that quickly. However, I am saved by having a kaboom near the end of the round to finish it off for me. And also, round 23 was a dog round, so I was able to get a max ammo immediately after this. As we head into the next round after our dog round on round 23, round 24, you can see the PPSh start to fall off even more. It is still killing at a decent rate. That's not the problem. The problem is the amount of ammo I'm using to kill the zombies. Yes, I have time to kill the zombies and keep myself safe. The problem is that I am burning through so much ammo just to do this. And the problem is I'm not being efficient enough to where I can hold the zombies off and continue to have a decent amount of ammo for me to have until the next dog round. This is the round immediately after dogs, and I am already running very, very low on my PPSh. And keep in mind, I have had 5 dog rounds at this point, meaning this is round 19 zombie health. So as you can see, I am struggling very hard on ammo, and because of this, I'm having to rely on my Bettys a little bit, and I switched to my backup weapon. Meet the Type 100. This is the highest damage per second in World at War Zombies. This is my backup weapon for the video. I'm going to use it whenever I need ammo, and I don't have it for the PPSh, and I'm just trying to get a max ammo. I figured the Type 100 will do just a fine job for this. But as you can see, I'm saved by the bell. I get a max ammo almost immediately after I run out with the PPSh, and I toss a monkey and saved by the max ammo. Heading into round 25, I am able to use the PPSh to almost its entirety throughout round 25. I was also helped by getting an insta-kill, but the issue is that with round 25, I just got a max ammo. I am now basically out with my PPSh, with it only having about 50 rounds left in it after this round. And going into round 26, all I have is my backup Type 100, which, to be fair, is almost full of ammo, but the Type 100's ammo isn't even that good either. It's one of those guns that relies more on its damage and its rate of fire rather than the ammo reserves. So what I do is I try to get yet another max ammo, but unfortunately my luck just isn't pulling it. Even though I was lucky before, I was not able to pull another max ammo right here. And although I am killing the zombies quite well, I'm not able to kill enough of them to finish the round. And once I run dry on my Type 100, I'm forced to bail the catwalk and run for ammo. After I run and buy ammo for my Type 100, I am able to finish the round with the Type 100 alone. And round 27 is going to end up being a dog round, so I'm able to get a max ammo right back. Going into round 28, I have nearly a full ammo PPSh and Type 100. And as I start the round, I am doing just fine with the PPSh, but again, the issue, even though it does have a lot of ammo, I am using so much of it just to get through the round because the zombie health, being round 22 zombie health, it's still too high for the PPSh to kill while being extremely efficient, which is a huge problem because you're just going to run out of ammo so quickly. I think one of the main issues that I don't think is talked about much with the PPSh from World at War is that it is a submachine gun, and the problem with submachine guns being elite is that they don't have great penetration power, and as you can see here, camping on the catwalk, it's not going to do a ton of damage to all of the zombies behind the ones I'm shooting, while guns like LMGs, sniper rifles, and assault rifles usually give off a much better penetration power than submachine guns, so that is a little bit of a disadvantage for the PPSh. But as you can see, I am rapidly running out of ammo throughout this round, and I'm not able to even finish the round with the PPSh alone. I'm forced to switch to the Type 100 just to finish one round after I got a max ammo. Going into round 29, I am forced to leave the catwalk midway through because the ammo just runs dry yet again, and I'm forced to go back to the Type 100 wall buy spot. I am getting ammo for the Type 100, and yet again, I am lucky enough to pull a max ammo. One thing that you'll see here compared to all of their zombie games, I am getting very lucky with max ammos this game. So to say that I'm getting lucky with my max ammos and still have the struggles that I do with the PPSh's ammo is really saying something. Heading into round 30 after I just received a max ammo, as you can see, I very quickly run out of ammo with the PPSh, and I have to use the Type 100 as my backup yet again, and it also runs out of ammo, and I'm still not able to finish the round. Because of this, I also have to use my bouncing betties as backup, and that way I can throw a monkey. But with all my bouncing betties gone and being completely out of ammo, I am forced to leave the catwalk completely. At that point, you can't really camp anymore if you're running out of ammo on both guns in one round and losing all your betties. And in the background, I'll show you some more gameplay past round 30, but this is really going to be the stopping point of the game where I want to show you. As you can see, going into the 30s, you're really going to struggle more and more to get kills with the PPSh, and you are going to run out of ammo so quickly. Mid-20s is about where you'll start running out of ammo completely in one round with the PPSh Pack-a-Punched, which is not terrible, but it's not great either. Even though it does have a great amount of ammo, the ammo is not the problem. It's the damage. The damage is too low, and because of that, the ammo reserves run dry so much quicker. Yes, it has a lot of ammo. That's not the problem. It's the damage. I'm not blaming the ammo on that one. But overall, the PPSh does a fine job for you if you're playing World at War Zombies. It is probably the best bullet weapon in the game, but unfortunately, that's because World at War just has a weaker weapon selection when it comes to zombies. So what I see often in the zombie community, especially on the YouTube side of things, is people saying that the PPSh is the best weapon in Call of Duty Zombies history. I gotta say, I don't agree with that. Something I like to do when I compare weapons is I like to compare their three main attributes: damage, ammo, and rate of fire. The best way to compare all three of these is to put them into two categories: overall efficiency and damage per second. Overall efficiency is basically the maximum amount of damage that a weapon can do, while also showing how much ammo it has. The damage per second will show the amount of damage that the gun has, while also showing how fast it shoots. So basically, one shows how many zombies it can kill, and the other shows how fast you'll kill the zombies. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you 10 different weapons anonymously, and what you're going to be shown is you're going to be shown their overall efficiency, their damage per second, as well as their mobility. I know mobility is a huge thing, but I don't think it's quite as important as the first two, obviously. Now, just so you're aware, when it comes to stats, each game stays in line pretty well with each other, except for Black Ops 3 and Black Ops 4. I'll talk about BO4 in a future video, but for Black Ops 3, you actually need more headshot damage in order to take out the zombies on the same round as the older games. In order to knock the head off of a zombie in the classic games, the first round that the zombie health is higher than your weapon's headshot damage is when your weapon will one-shot knock. After that, it'll be a two-shot headshot. In Black Ops 3, it's the same thing, except for your weapon will one-shot knock on the last round that has more headshot damage than the actual zombie health. So it's a one-round difference. You would think that this gives Black Ops 3 a disadvantage, but according to my research, I believe Treyarch actually gave Black Ops 3 weapons a slightly higher headshot damage to compensate for this. Again, I talked about this in my zombie health video, but if you want to watch it, or if you want to just take my advice, whatever is easier for you. To keep it short and simple, some of you may disagree with this, but I believe in order to fairly compare Black Ops 3 weapons with older weapons, Black Ops 3 headshot damages need a tax of 10% to the head. The MP40 is a perfect example, having 1,000 headshot damage in World at War, BO1, and BO2, while being upgraded to 1,100 in Black Ops 3 to compensate for the health change. It's the same thing headshot damage-wise, just given 100 extra more to compensate in Black Ops 3. If you'd use the 10% tax, the 1,100 goes down to 1,000, which is the same as the older MP40s. Some of the weapons in this list are Black Ops 3 weapons, and the stats that you see are 100% factual. However, later on down the line on this channel, I will be using the 10% headshot tax as a means of fairly comparing new with old. But just so you know, even with the 10% tax, most of these stats are very, very good. There's not a huge difference. There's at least not much of a difference compared to what the factual headshot damages are. Now, looking into weapon A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, and J, you will see many of these different weapons hold different statistics. You will see some of them have really high efficiency, but really low damage per second. Some of them are really high in their damage per second, but not quite so much in their efficiency. Most of these do have 100% mobility, but some of them do not, even though they do have a higher damage per second and overall efficiency. Overall, if you would like to pause the video and rank these from 1 to 10, feel free to do that. You can do that if you want, but if you do not want to, let's go ahead and dive deeper into this. Going into weapon A, it has 962,500 overall efficiency, as well as 17,188 damage per second, while having a 95% mobility. This is an extremely high-performing weapon, killing very, very quickly while also killing a lot of zombies. Yes, the 5% mobility means it's not going to be the lives that you can get, but 95% mobility is the equivalent of a Black Ops 1 assault rifle, which is decent enough. This weapon is the MG08 from Black Ops 3. This is a great weapon to have. It is fantastic. It kills at a very high rate. It's got a lot of ammo, and it's got an incredible amount of damage. It is going to one-shot zombies to the head up until round 12. Weapon F. All right, we're going to do this in kind of a random order. Weapon F, we are going to go over its overall efficiency being 577,500 and having a damage per second of 13,750, while also having a 95% mobility. So these are the only two weapons, the first two, at 95% mobility. The overall efficiency is worse than weapon A, the damage per second is worse, and the mobility is the same. Anybody have any idea what this weapon is? Guys, this is the Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2 Galil. This is a very good gun, and although its overall efficiency and damage per second isn't nearly as good as the MG08s, obviously, one thing that you guys should be noting is that the Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2 assault rifles have 95% total mobility. However, in Black Ops 3, when you pack-a-punch them, they have 100% mobility. So the Black Ops 3 Galil actually is a little bit faster in terms of its mobility. Black Ops 3 has the best advantage when it comes to mobility. Pretty much everything gets a boost in mobility aside from the guns that are already 100% mobile. The Galil is a fine weapon, above average in efficiency, above average in damage per second, and the mobility is kind of in that middle tier. I think I would consider 95% to be an average mobility, so I don't think the mobility is bad, obviously. It's a very good gun to have. Let's go into Weapon J now. Weapon J has an overall efficiency of 378,000 and having a damage per second of 21,875 and having 100% mobility. This is a weapon with not a great ability to kill a lot of zombies, but it's going to have an extremely high damage per second. Anything over 20,000 is a very high number. This weapon is the Black Ops 2 Scorpion Evo. This, I just went over this in my Black Ops 2 ranking. It is a very good weapon to have, but the ammo just runs dry so freaking quickly. It's not got that much ammo to it, and although it does do a very good damage per second, it is going to run out of ammo so quickly, and it's not going to kill that many zombies, which is kind of unfortunate, but it is still a decent gun. Now, moving on, we're going to go into Weapon D. Weapon D has an overall efficiency of 308,000, while having a damage per second of 16,922 and having 100% mobility. This is very similar to the Scorpion Evo, except for its efficiency is lower and its damage per second is lower, meaning really it's the same as the Scorpion Evo, just in terms of its statistics, all of it is lower. So, what is this weapon? It's the Type 100 that we just used in World at War Zombies. The Type 100 is a fantastic weapon, and although it is a wall weapon, its performance is worse than the Scorpion Evos. Even though it is still a good weapon, overall, the efficiency and damage per second falls short, well, at least compared to the Scorpion Evo. But in terms of its damage per second, it is well above the average of what it needs to be. It's a great damage per second. Its problem is the overall efficiency, and it lacks, not the damage. The damage is very good. It's one of the best damaged submachine guns in Zombies history. What it lacks is ammo. It only holds 280 total shots in its pack-punched version. It's a very good weapon, but it needs more ammo, and you're going to have to buy a lot of it if you're going to pack punch it. Moving on to Weapon B. Weapon B efficiency is 396,900. The damage per second is 18,900, and the mobility is 100%. This weapon is similar to the Scorpion Evo, however, the damage per second just isn't quite there. This weapon is the Black Ops 3 Vesper. The Vesper is a nice weapon to have, and is pretty much a wall weapon on every single map. The only issue I find within the Vesper is its recoil. You're going to miss some of those shots because, man, the recoil for this thing is just kind of struggling. However, if you hit your shots, you are going to take out zombies very, very quickly. I would say this is very similar to the Scorpion Evo, except for it just lacks a couple things, and it's a wall weapon, so that's kind of a trade-off, but in reality, even with its problems, it's still a solid wall weapon to use, and I do recommend it. Weapon E has 871,200 total efficiency. It has 21,377 total damage per second, and is 100% mobile. This is also a Black Ops 3 weapon, and I believe this weapon's a little bit underrated. This is the Brecci. The 205 Brecci is our only shotgun in this list of random weapons. It is a fantastic shotgun. You are going to get a very high amount of kills with this thing, and you are going to take out zombies at such a quick rate. The Brecci is a fantastic option. A lot of people don't end up using the Brecci because they think the Haymaker's better. They think the KRM is just a much better option off the wall just to grab. Guys, you are sleeping on the Brecci. I assure you, I don't want to go into too much detail because I'm about to make more videos that will talk about Black Ops 3 and other weapons. To make it very short and simple, you guys are sleeping on the Brecci, just so you know. Moving on, we are going to move on to Weapon I. Weapon I has an overall efficiency of 1.2 million. 1.2 million efficiency, which is the highest in this list. It also has a damage per second of 34,625, and it's also 100% mobile. This is easily the best weapon in this entire list that you're seeing. This weapon is the Black Ops 3 Draken. The Draken is extremely effective on high rounds, regardless of what you're doing. I hear people say, you can't do anything but camp with the Draken. First off, even if you can only camp with it, it's still highly effective. Second of all, you can do more than just camp with the Draken. It's 100% mobile. Its mobility is just fine. Just keep running and then shoot the zombies once you get in a solid position. And the penetration power for this thing is extremely good. You are going to get so many kills with the Draken into the 40s and whatnot, and it's going to kill them very quickly. Draken is a fantastic weapon. I highly recommend it. Now we are going to move on to Weapon C. Weapon C has 675 total efficiency while having 17,569 total damage per second and having 100% mobility. In my opinion, this is probably the most underrated weapon in this list of 10 weapons. Guys, this is the Black Ops 3 Tommy gun, the M1927 from Black Ops 3. Now, if you watch my Black Ops 2 ranking that I just posted like a week ago, you will know that I said that the Black Ops 2 Tommy gun is overrated, and it is. The Tommy gun in that game does little to no damage. It's the worst damage of any SMG in Zombies history. Its rate of fire, even though it's good, is still not going to be good enough to put out a good damage per second. It's below average in the damage per second department. It's well below average in the efficiency department. It's just not going to do nearly as good as the other SMGs in Black Ops 2 Zombies, let alone all of Zombies in general. The Black Ops 3 version has more ammo, has double the damage basically. Actually, I think it's a little bit more than double the damage, and it's just better overall in pretty much every category. The Black Ops 3 version is miles better than the Black Ops 2 version. If you think the Black Ops 2 version is better, your nostalgia is hitting you way too hard. Moving on to Weapon G and Weapon H. I will say that both of these weapons are very good weapons. One is clearly higher in the efficiency department, having basically double the efficiency. One is higher in its damage per second department, having basically 2,000 more damage per second, which is a pretty good bit. And they're both 100% mobile. To give you guys some context, they're both SMGs. And to put it quite lightly, I think this is a clear, obvious choice as to which one is better. One is twice as good in the efficiency department, meaning you're going to get way more kills. And the damage per second is well above the other weapon. You guys ready to know what these weapons are? I think you're going to be surprised. Weapon G is the PPSh from World at War. And Weapon H is the PPSh from Black Ops 3. I want to make this very, very clear. These stats are not with double tap 2, or anything along the lines that give an advantage to any gun whatsoever. What you are seeing is statistical evidence that the Black Ops 3 version of the PPSh is better than the World at War version of the PPSh. Whether you agree or not, these are the facts. This is not my opinion. This is not anything to do with anything else. These are the numbers provided for these weapons that are on the internet that I have tested. They are 100% true. So before you say, hey, I don't think these are correct, these are correct. They are 100% correct. The PPSh from Black Ops 3 does 1,187.5 headshot damage. This is about double of the World at War headshot damage. Now, you may say the World at War 1 definitely shoots faster, and you're right, it does. The World at War 1 shoots a lot faster. But the Black Ops 3 version still shoots pretty darn fast. It shoots about 890 rounds per minute. It shoots extremely fast. The Black Ops 3 PPSh performs at such a high level that it's overshadowed by the other weapons in Black Ops 3 Zombies, which is why I hear a lot of people say, man, there's no comparison. The World at War weapon's better. Guys, you are calling the World at War PPSh the best weapon in a Call of Duty Zombies history, or one of them. To say the World at War PPSh is one of the best weapons in Zombies history, you have to compare it to the same weapons you compare to the Black Ops 3 PPSh. So in order to do that, comparing it to the likes of the Draken, the Dingo, the SVU from Black Ops 2, the MG08, all of the weapons that you just saw anonymously in this list. And I'm not saying all of them are better than the World at War PPSh, because I don't think that. Some of them are. But the reality is this. Put your nostalgic bias away. The PPSh from World at War is a great weapon. Anybody who says it's a bad weapon is wrong. But anybody who says it's the best weapon of all time, or one of them, is also wrong. The World at War PPSh has brainwashed almost everybody. The PPSh from World at War is a great weapon, and I love it. It's one of my favorite weapons of all time. But the reality is, it's just nowhere near the top tier of Call of Duty zombie weapons. The PPSh, it feels fantastic to use. It is an incredibly, incredibly great weapon to use in World at War. The sound of it is incredible. It's probably top 2 with the intervention from Modern Warfare 2. My issue is that the zombies community over the years has been extremely biased when talking about this weapon. Not because it's absurdly overpowered, but because it's absurdly fun and unique. People rag on how much ammo it holds. Guys, you saw the video that I just had in this video. The film that I had from just the other day of me playing zombies. It runs out of ammo so quickly regardless of how much it has because of its damage. Not because of its ammo. I don't blame the ammo. I blame the damage. That is the downfall of the World at War PPSh. Having that low of damage is not going to cut it. It's not. If you have that low of damage, regardless of what type of weapon you are not going to cut it into the 30s and 40s. You're just not. Maybe with Double Tap 2.0, you will. But I don't do this with Double Tap. I see people complain all the time about weapons being compared to the PPSh from World at War. Black Ops 2, it's not fair. The Double Tap 2.0. Guys, again, not using Double Tap 2.0. Black Ops 3 has Double Pack Punch, though. Guys, Again, not using double pack-a-punch. That is not fair at all to compare double pack-a-punch to older generations weapons. Oh, well, Black Ops 4 weapons are just so boring. I don't want to compare it to Black Ops 4 weapons. Weapons from Black Ops 4 are good. And while you can hold the opinion that they're boring or whatever, you are free to hold that opinion. But when it comes to being objective, it holds absolutely no weight to comparing these weapons. Just because you hold a personal bias against it doesn't mean anything. If you don't think it's fair to compare the PPSh to other games across Call of Duty Zombies, that's fine. Stop calling it the best weapon in Call of Duty Zombies history. Because so many of you guys will cherry pick facts. You guys will hold grudge against several weapons, and the ones that you don't hold a grudge against, you will simply ignore them when comparing them to the PPSh. Many of you know I've been working extremely hard over the past several months on a ranking of every weapon in Zombies ranked between World at War and Black Ops 4. Been working extremely hard on that, doing a ton of research on a nearly daily basis. And a lot of you may question where I have the PPSh ranked among the all-time great weapons. For right now, I don't want to say specifically where it is, but I'll just tell you right now, if you're expecting this gun to be anywhere near the #1 spot, don't. I do not believe at all that this is one of the greatest weapons of all time. It is a very good weapon, but it is extremely, extremely overrated, unfortunately. I say that unfortunately because I do love the PPSh, but in reality, I have to be objective, right? This channel is about being objective. Everything I do. It's not about holding a bias. It's not about playing favorites. It's about being fair and honest about what weapons are better than others. And the PPSh, as great of a weapon it is, trust me, it's a very great weapon. Ton of respect for it. It's not a top tier weapon. And that is just the harsh reality. Anyways, I want to thank you guys for watching this video. I know it was a controversial one, but I got to pinch some nerves, man. A lot of fan favorite weapons, just they're overhyped, and this is one of them. But anyways, I want to thank you guys. If you guys want to ask questions, you can do that in the comments below. I have a Discord server that you can join if you want to. The zombie health video that I referred to earlier will be in the description. Other than that, I have nothing else for you guys today. Thank you all for watching. I'll talk to you later. See ya.